Well, hello and welcome back to the Yard Sale Artist Studios. I am Jarrod Alberich, the Yard Sale Artist, and I'm going to be doing another pop-up book page sketch video for you. Today, I'm going to be drawing Harry Potter on a page from this very, very busted Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone book. And while I do that, we're going to be listening to the smooth sounds of Joe November, as always. I hope everyone's having a great Friday, or a great Good Friday, I guess I should say. So we're going to be doing, like I said, Harry Potter. Harry Potter is by far my most often done book page sketch. I get more Harry Potter book page sketch commissions than anything else. I've drawn this Harry Potter, I don't know how many times. But Harry's he's a go-to. He's always a good one. Hey, I see some people have stopped by to take a look. Welcome. Sound off in the chat. Ask questions, make comments, talk to me about your Harry Potter love. Or if you're not a Harry Potter fan, that's okay too. But what do you dig? What kind of books do you like to read? All ears, folks. Doing my basic line work with the old Micron Pigment 8 right now. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do his glasses. That's where I'm going to bust out the template. And that's just about perfect. One of the few book page sketches that I actually use a template for. Don't bust out the template a lot on the Harry Potter one. Or on the other ones, I mean. Most book page sketches I do freehand. But this one, I do use the template just to get those perfectly round Harry Potter glasses. Speaking of glasses, put my own glasses on so I can see a little better. I see we got a good handful of people in now. I want to welcome everybody to today's pop-up stream where I'm drawing Harry Potter on a page from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, busted book. If you're new to the show, I only use already busted books. I don't go busting perfectly good books for this. And feel free to say hello in the chat, whether you're watching on Periscope, over on Twitter. I'm also over on Facebook right now, and it's, of course, on YouTube. Regardless of which way you're watching it, if you would do me a big favor and make your way to YouTube and give me a subscription, that'd be super great. I've picked up a couple of likes already off of Facebook. Thank you for those who have liked the video. I'd certainly appreciate that very much. I'm just going to get some real basic line work done, and as usual, once the basic line work is done, we'll fill in with some blacks, polish off with some colors, and we'll have ourselves a decent book page sketch of Harry Potter on a page from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It's a real lovely day here where I live in southern Alabama. Oh, the weather's gorgeous out there today. I went for a walk earlier. Man, it was nice. Especially for this time of year in Alabama, I will take it. As usual, we're listening to the sweet sounds of Joe November in the background. He just released a new album, Beats Without Homes, Volume 3, the Oops Pal Surprise Report. That's available on Bandcamp. I'm not sure if it's made its way to the other platforms or not, but if you want something on iTunes or Google Play or something like that, then by all means check out Beats Without Homes Volume 1 by Till November, T-I-L-L November. And Joe's got some really cool beats on there, some of which you'll hear. Right now I'm basically just streaming Joe's SoundCloud page. So I encourage you to check that out, JOSEFLIN99. Or if you go to SoundCloud and just put in Joe November, I'm confident you will find it. Cool Cabbage in the chat asks, what about volume 2? You know what? I don't know, Cool Cabbage. I only know about Beats Without Homes volumes 1 and 3. I only know about those because I did the cover art for those two albums. I don't know what the deal is in volume 2. I should probably find out. I assume he had someone else do the cover art, or maybe someone else from his production team did volume 2. I don't know. It's a good question. I need to find out what's up with Beats Without Homes volume 2. I have to get on the horn to Joe November and solve that mystery. Thanks for popping up in the chat, Cool Cabbage. Yep, this is probably the, if I had to guess, 25th Harry Potter book page sketch I've done. Again, he's wildly popular. In fact, whenever I bring Harry Potter book page sketches to a Comic-Con appearance, I almost always bring Harry, Ron, Hermione, Hagrid, and then, you know, like McGonagall or maybe just one extra one. Harry is always the first one to go. If someone doesn't buy the whole set, sometimes somebody will just show up and buy the whole set. That's ideal. And if not, first one to go is Harry, and then Hermione goes, and then like Hagrid, and McGonagall. What I'm getting at is poor Ron is always the last one to go. What's the deal, man? Nobody loves Ron, I guess. Sad state of affairs for Ron Weasley. Okay. Our line work is down. I'm going to get rid of some extraneous and errant pencil lines. As usual, those people who have stopped by several times will know this is a little tricky. You got to be a light touch on your eraser, because this, paper that they use to print books is relatively cheap. So if I go too heavy with my erasing, I'll end up tearing the paper, which obviously we don't want to do. Do love these Joe November beats. I see some folks in the viewers there. I see the views going up. I just want to say hi to everybody. Don't be shy. Come into the chat. Say hello. You're always welcome here. Or go ahead and be shy. I mean, don't let me tell you what to do. Right now, the hardest part of doing these, doing this book page sketch is my yard sale artist studios is just down the hall from the kitchen. And my wife and son are out there baking, I think, a strawberry cake. And I can smell it. I can smell that cake. Ooh, it makes me hungry. So Harry Potter, that popular boy wizard. I tried to hold out and not be a Harry Potter person. Tried to be a grumpy old man for a long time. Be like, Harry Potter, whatever. It's for kids, you know. And then there was a point where Harry Potter books were just very, I mean, we all know that when they were of the rage, you know, people were loving Harry Potter books, but there was a point where they were actually pretty valuable. Like if you got a set of them at a yard sale, like your friendly yard sale artist here would, they'd sell pretty well. So I saw a set at this point, you know, I think maybe only 4 or 5 books had come out. And so I saw a set of, it was 4 or 5 at a yard sale. And I thought, I can make some money off that. You know, I'll pick them up and turn them into a little coin, you know, resell them on eBay or whatever. And so I bought the set, and then I went to a few other yard sales. I was with my wife, and she was looking around at one, and I was like, I'm just going to stay in the car on this one. And I cracked open a Harry Potter book just to kind of see what all the hubbub was about while I was in the car. And I was like, this is actually pretty interesting. I finished chapter 1, and I wanted to read chapter 2. It's a hallmark of any good writer. And so I thought, and then I still try to stay strong and be like, it's kid stuff, even though I kind of like the writing, it's kid stuff. Well, then I had laser eye surgery to have my vision corrected. And after that, you can't watch any TV. It's a lot of audiobooks. So my friend Birdman loaned me his audiobook for Goblet of Fire. So that's actually the first one I quote unquote read. Listened to it while I was recovering, and I really enjoyed it. So then I went back and read them all. That's my Harry Potter story. Genome in the chat. What's up, buddy? Somebody did say cake. My wife's baking a cake in the other room. It smells delicious. Genome says the only true cake in this world is the lemon pound cake found inside an MRE. For those of you who don't know, that's the military meal. MRE stands for meals ready to eat. And Genome and I have both had our fair share of those in our lives. You like that lemon pound cake. That was a good one, though. Yeah, nothing wrong with some lemon pound cake. Thanks for stopping by the chat today, Genome. It's always nice to see you. It's a quiet day here on the chat. We usually have more folks chatting than this, but I like to think folks are out there having a good time. And that's cool. These drawings are getting done whether they're here or not. But we've got a handful of people watching. I appreciate it. Always welcome in the chat with Genome and Cool Cabbage. So that was my origin story with Harry Potter Genome, you got an origin story with Harry Potter? Let me know. I remember I worked at I was moonlighting at the theater. I was living in Montgomery. I was in the Air Force, but a friend of mine from college was the manager of the local theater. So I would just come in on Thursday nights to build and preview movies. Skill set I had from college. I worked at the movie theater in college. And so I would come in on Thursday nights because back then you had to build them. They came on reels. You had to splice them together. It was a whole thing. Nowadays it's all digital, but and Chamber of Secrets came in. I built that and previewed it, and I thought, oh, that was a pretty entertaining little movie. So yeah, Harry Potter definitely won me over, even though I resisted. Genome says he steers clear of the Harry Potter stuff. Yeah, like I said, in my origin story, I attempted to steer clear of it myself. Eventually, it got hooks in me, and I ended up reading all the books. I just read all the books, seen all the movies, like it all. Unfortunately, I will say the only downside to it is, when that everybody was really looking forward to that last book to see how it was going to wrap up, and all these fan theories online, and then it was one of those things where it felt like some of the fan theories I read were better than the actual wrap up, but still wasn't bad. Enjoyable. See some more folks have joined and watching the video. I want to say hi, welcome. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, I encourage you to head over to YouTube and check out Yard Sale Artist on YouTube and give me a subscription. I'd really appreciate it. Doing this a couple weeks now, and I think I'm up to 88, subscribers. So I'm pretty happy about that. Folks enjoy watching me do these drawings and chatting with you. Or maybe you're all just here for the Joe November music, and that's fine with me too. Listen to a sweet Joe November jam right now. Genome said he gave a shot to the Wheel of Time series. I'm familiar with that. I have a friend of mine who's really into the Wheel of Time series, Robert Jordan, I think. And he said he had to give up on it. I could understand that too, because that's like a gigantic series too, isn't it? Like 15, 20 books, something like that. Some of those fantasy series are just, whoa, you got to be committed, man. I'm not a big fantasy series guy in general, like in movies or books. It's just nothing against it. If you like fantasy stuff, then that's cool. Just never been my wheelhouse. Now, I really liked King's Gunslinger series, and that's very much got a lot of fantasy influence in it for certain. Yeah, I did join the masses and read all the Harry Potter stuff. All right, we're getting there. Line work is all coming together. Let's see, top of the shirt. Got to put some detail into his knitted shirt here. He's got that sort of cable knit sweater thing going on. go. Add a little texture to it. Good, good. I think we're ready to throw down some color. Sharpen up a couple of these lines first real quick. Yeah. Start with his hair. Oh, let's see. Gino's talking about the Wheel of Time series. Says it's enormous, like big dense. He says he likes big dense books as much as the next guy, but after about 6, he just got a little burned out. Gino says you should find some landscape portrait at a garage sale and add the most famous literary wizards to it, like Merlin, Gandalf, Harry Potter, Fred Savage, etc. I've done things similar to that. Yeah, I've got to get back out to I'm currently in the yard sale artist drawing studios. I got to get out to the yard sale artist painting studios in the building I have out back behind my house. I've got a piece I'm working on back there, needs a little attention. I can't wait to reveal that one. But it's a special gift to somebody, so I gotta have to keep it under wraps for a while. And then I gotta get started on one for more public viewing. The beats what my heart does. Mine is a solar. It took me so long to come so far. So I sound so mean that I'm out. Yeah, Gino might have to say the densest read I've ever read has got to be the Gunslinger series, and even then, I think there's only 7 books, 8 books if you count the bonus book that was written later. And I've read them all. Oh, goodness. Oh, I see, again, the numbers going up of people watching. I appreciate everybody who's out there watching. Feel free to jump in, chat with us. Let us know what some of your favorite fantasy books are. Are you a Harry Potter fan? Is it not for you? What's going on with that? Gino liked the first 3 Gunslinger novels, but he waned on 4 through 7. Ironically, I think my favorite one was 5. I think it was 5. I had them in front of me. I could tell you for sure, but I think 5 was my favorite. I like them all, though. I'll tell you what, Gino, you probably have because you're a big enough nerd like me. But if you haven't tried the Gunslinger comic books from Marvel, Jay Lee did a lot of the art, and Peter David wrote. Oh man, they're good. And a lot of people think that they're just adaptations, but they actually add a lot of new material. The only ones that are really adaptations is like maybe the first arc. Pretty much adaptations, I think it was book 4. After that, though, man, it's all new material and it's freaking phenomenal. In my opinion. I bought both the collected hardcovers of it, and they are my favorite hardcovers, mass-produced hardcovers out there. Hey, we got formerly Rodline in the chat. It's good to see you, Rod. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. It's always nice to see you. He says he's giving 5 points to Gryffindor for this drawing. But yeah, like I was saying, Genome, the Marvel run, oof, I loved it. Loved it. Said lots of new material. The Jay Lee art is, oh my goodness, amazing. Everything is right with those books. In fact, at DragonCon last year, I made time to escape from my table to go visit. I was very fortunate that Jay Lee and Peter David were sitting across the aisles from each other. So I took my copy of it over there and got them to sign it. You got that right. You got that right. Genome says the Dark Tower should translate well to comics, an entire world to mostly build, and you're absolutely right. They took full advantage of that. I don't know why my computer just dinged at me, but it did. I'm missing a line here. I've drawn this enough times to know where the lines are missing. There we go. There we are. Oh, like I said earlier in today's streaming pop-up video, I've drawn this Harry Potter probably 25 times. Me and this Harry Potter are old friends. I would say this Harry Potter drawing is probably my best seller. Right up there with a T-Rex that I draw on pages from Jurassic Park. Those two are my biggest sellers. This client has ordered more than one Harry Potter character. I'm just streaming this one. But also in this series will be a Hermione, who I've drawn a lot. A Luna Lovegood, who I've never actually drawn. So that'll be a new one to add to my Harry Potter repertoire. And who's the other? Oh, McGonagall. I've done just a couple McGonagalls. I only recently added her about maybe a year ago to my book page sketch repertoire. And I've probably done, 4 or 5 of her. She's fun to draw, though. I've got a great reference picture. She's got that sassy look, McGonagall sassiness to her. Rodline, formerly Rodline, said, have I ever drawn Harry Potter? riding a T-Rex. And no, I have not. Can't say that I've done that one. And I know everybody loves the circle. Oh, let's just go ahead and put the trademark yard sale artist circle on this bad boy as we finish it up. Rodline said, I just discovered Jay Lee Batman. Oh, that's got to be cool. And Genome said, what's the most obscure piece anyone's ever asked you to do? Woo! I know I've probably mentioned on a stream before, but the time I found a seascape at a yard sale and I added Aquaman to it. And then someone came up to me at a con and said they'd pay the asking price plus an additional, I think it was $75 to add the Gordon's Fisherman standing next to Aquaman. So I did that. I painted a Gordon's Fisherman and Aquaman painting. That was fairly obscure. My good friend, I really appreciate the heck out of this guy. He's been commissioning a fair amount of pieces from me. A guy named Norman. He gets a lot of really obscure Star Trek characters, like from the show, like very specific characters from the old TV show, which are fun. Not super obscure because I mean it's Star Trek, but like we're not talking Kirk, Spock, McCoy. We're talking. Yesterday I did an Edith Keeler. I think that was Joan Collins' character in an episode. In fact, he's had me do almost every main character from that episode. So yeah, I get some interesting ones, but nothing too crazy. It only gets real crazy when I get people who are like asking me to draw their original character. That's always a little bit nuts. I've done it though. Yeah, Gino, I'm not even making it up, man. Gordon's Fisherman, true story. That was a fun one, though. Well, I've just about got this one on the ropes, folks. I knew this would be a fast stream. Right now, we're at 33 minutes. Because, like I said, I've just drawn this Harry Potter so many times. Probably could do it blindfolded. But I always like it. And I hope the client does, too. So again, I'm Jarrod Alberich, the Yard Sale Artist. You're tuning into the Yard Sale Artist Studios. And whether you've tuned in on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I encourage you to make your way over to my YouTube and give me a subscription. Just look up Yard Sale Artist. You'll find me. I really appreciate it. We've listened to the jams of Joe November. Check out his SoundCloud at JOSEFLIN99, or just go to SoundCloud, look up Joe November. You will find him. He's talented. Listen to his beats. And this has been Harry Potter on Harry Potter. I will check you guys out next time. Oh, I see Ronald Went snuck in the chat at the very end. Hi, Ron. I will catch you on the next one. No, I'm not going to do another. I have things I got to do around the house. I appreciate you, though, buddy. And much love to you, big brother. And I will check everybody later. Bye.